Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope I'm not a bit too close. It looks very close, doesn't it? I hope you are all well, and yes, I hope you've been doing some lovely crafting. Well, today's Thursday, so it is time for a Thrifty Thursday card from me, and this one is a very quick and simple card. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes we want to be able to do quick cards that are just going to be really quick and simple. So I've just done some die cut into my cardstock. I've used some leftover Yupo paper for my butterfly background and my sentiment, and you'll see when I make this I changed my mind halfway through, and also some flowers left over from a bit of card and the paper that's used for the mat and layer. Lovely blues. I seem to be doing a lot more blue recently. I hope you like it, so stay tuned, watch the whole video and you'll see how easy this is to achieve. So I hope you like it, and we'll see how it's made. The inspiration for this project that I'm about to do came from a card that I made previously. So this was one I made previously about a month ago from when I'm filming this now, back in mid to end of June. I think I called it He Who Has the Gold Makes the Rules, because we were sort of showing you different ways to put the gold on to the alcohol inks. So when I make cards like this, I often do quite a bit of prep beforehand. So I have sheets of the Yupo paper with bits of alcohol inks on. So I've got this piece, I had this, just playing around with different colours, trying to see what works. And again, so when I made this Christmas card, pick them up, I'd obviously got these pieces of Yupo. So it's about using up all of the bits that I've got. So I had a look at this one and I really liked this piece, and you can see I've already cut quite a few bits out of it. So I thought I would sort of do a Thrifty Thursday, really quick and simple, really easy card to put together that's not using a lot of bits, and in fact is using up bits that I have, you know, previously made for other projects. So I thought, as you all know, my sort of ethos is get into your crafty stash and have a look what you've got. Now, I know this is from one of my signature collections. It's my interlinking panels, but I love these because what you get is you get some dies that cut in. So you can see this one cuts in, and then each one has an edger die that goes with it. So if you look on that one, there's an edger die that cuts, so that cuts in, and then you have the edger to cut out if you want. This one cuts in that way, and then there's an edger that cuts around the edge just there if you want to cut it out of your cardstock. But we're going to cut it into our cardstock, so it's going to be really, really simple. So I have got a piece of card. I've got a piece of card 5.5 inches square. I initially thought, oh, maybe I'll do it as a rectangle, but then it seemed to be working better as a square. So it's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong. So I'm going to put this in. So I'm just going to get a piece of tape and turn this over. What you'll see is, when I say it cuts in, there is no solid cutting line all the way around the outside of the die. So if you think about a flower die, it has an outside. So if I look at this that we're going to be using, it's a butterfly die, and it's got a solid edge all the way around. I'm just nudging things out of the way. It's got a solid line all the way around, but this one doesn't. So you can see, look, there's a break here, breaks there. That's what makes it cut into your cardstock. So when you don't have a single line all the way around, a single blade all the way around, then you know it's going to cut into your cardstock. So this one is going to come on here. Pop it just like that, and a piece of tape, and then I'm going to get my plates. I've got these here, and I'll show you how these. So I need all of my plates. Pick them all up, Corrine, and I'm going to get this up. I did try initially to do it without all the plates, but it definitely needs them all. So first one on, plastic shim, magnetic shim, cutting plate. Whatever your machine is, you'll know the plates that make it work. So let's pop that through there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Straight through. Straight through. Absolutely perfect. If it starts to mark the card a little bit too much, then you just will have to take one of your plates out and try and do it with a little bit less plates. So there we go. That's my first bit. And now I've ummed and ahed. I'm going to try and do sort of quite a clean and simple one. you'll see the link to these, the glue pickup sticks. So where it's where the tape has stuck, you can just rub it off. I love those. So if you wanted to, I could do a few splatters, I could do some stenciling. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to try really hard and keep it quite clean and simple. So once you've cut it into there, obviously I want to mat and layer it onto my card base. But when I go to do that onto my card base, I can see whatever colour I want to put, I've got coming through. And I don't want to do that. I want this to be white on white. So I have cut pieces of card 1/8 of an inch difference. So I've got the blue, and you'll see why I've gone for the blue. I've sort of jumped ahead a bit. I've got a blue layer that's going to go on my card, and then my white layer. And for once, I'm using a regular card base. It's a 6-inch card base. And then I'm going to put this on. And all that does is it gives me white on there. Now, if you don't like that, drop that layer out, and you can be putting it on like that so that you've got the colour through. It's entirely up to you, but I am going to add a little bit of the turquoise through, so I thought that would be enough. You can also take the centre out, so I'm going to do this. I tell you, this is such an easy card to put together. So nice linen card, and as soon as I saw the turquoise colours in here, I knew what colour I wanted to match it up with. So we can pop some glue on here. Thinking, but you've not used those, Corrine. I will in a minute. I can get this drying. So that's going to go on to my card base. I tell you, this is lovely quick cards. Sometimes, I know I've done some quite detailed cards recently, and it's lovely to intersperse them with others. And again, like I say, when it's sort of my Thrifty Thursday as well, so that you know that you're not going to be using too much of your stash. That works really well as well. So I can put that one onto there. So mats and layers, just giving me that hint of blue. That's sort of my main pop of colour. So I put my foam tape on the back of here. And again, you can be putting the cutout bit whichever direction. I even thought about putting 2 cutouts, but I thought no, I'm just going to do 1 cutout, and I'm going to leave myself a nice bit of white space. I just felt that was a little bit skinny for the tape. So this is just a 3mm tape. So it'll be, I think it's like 10mm wide, 3mm high. So it just gives a nice lift. If you want to put it flat, completely flat, then you could. I just wanted to sort of get a few sort of shadows through the cutout. So let me make sure, absolutely double sure. Yeah, my fold is at the top, which is where I like my folds. You could have it a side opening, and then put that on there. And as always, you notice a little bit of wet glue on top of my foam just allows it to give me that wiggle room. So there's the main bit of my card. How quick is that? We've got to that in just literally within a couple of 3 minutes. Really simple to do. So I'm going to pop that to one side. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back in. So we've got this. This is Yupo paper. As I've explained to you in the past, Yupo paper is actually plastic, but it does die cut like a dream. And I was looking in my dies, and these are some dies that I've found. I've got a butterfly, and this one is like the matte layer for that, and then I've got the Happy Birthday, the Crafter's Companion, but after that I don't know where they are. They were just in my folder of my miscellaneous, so I've got those, and I'm going to cut it out to the Yupo. Now if you've not done Yupo, or you don't like doing Yupo, and you don't like doing working with alcohol inks, I found these in my crafty stash. My goodness me, I've had these, I don't actually know. Well, it says Joanna Sheen 2018. Wow, so I've probably had these best part of 6 years. Now these are, it says faux pour. It was when there was a lot of pouring techniques coming on, rather than alcohol inks, but they were like the pouring ones where you pour the oils on top of the water and then get these. So Joanna brought out these pads that were some pours that she'd done, and then she had them made digitally into papers. So if you don't like doing things like your alcohol inks, look at that one. That one's amazing. Imagine die cutting into that. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. It gives you those alternatives. I doubt if you'll be able to get this, but I bet you if you get if you start searching, you'll be able to find more paper pads that do the same. But if you have got your alcohol inks, then you will be able to make the papers yourself. So I think I might just do this on my plate again. So let's do this. So what I'm going to do is I've already cut the basic one out of white. You can see there. Could have done it the other way around actually. I could have done it the pattern one out of white and the detailed one. Oh, I'm questioning myself now. I'm going to cut this different, then we're going to have a look when we've finished. We're going to have a look when we've finished and see. So I'm going to cut the detailed one just there, and I've got a sentiment. So I want to sort of pick out the same colours. Now this isn't going to pick out the same colours as the bit I've already cut out, but it'll be fine. Actually, I'll just cut this piece out for now, and I'll show you how easy this is. Like I say, this is plastic, but it die cuts like a really good paper. So I'm going to pop that on there. Get rid of that bit. Just put a little piece of tape on, and then we can look at alternatives. I'll get this one. Let me grab a piece of paper, a piece of white card, because I wasn't planning to do this. I love it when things go a little bit rogue. Let's cut that off there, and let's do the detailed one on to there. Oh, it's got some bits in. Let's clear those out. If you're going to tap it like that, make sure you always tap on the reverse of the die, never on the side. Turn it around, Corrine. Never on the side with the blades. Okay, so got those two on there. Where's the rest of my plates? Let's take that. All the plates for this, because I've got some detail on there. The Yupo paper cut like a dream. I've just got some quite thick white card there. So let's go through here. See what comes out the other side. There we go. Right, the Yupo paper will have cut like an absolute dream. Look at that. Now if I was using that one, I'd probably try and pick out maybe some more red type colours on there. Let's have a look on this. Now this is how you can tell when you've got a good die cut. When you turn it over, if your die cut looks like lots of little pencil lines, then you know you've got a good die cut, or good cut through. So this one, if I remember rightly, I really struggled to find, there's a release hole just there, finding the release holes on this one. It's not the easiest ones to find. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. So we've got options now. We've got options. We can either go patterned with white on top. You see that? Or white with patterned on top. I like them both. I really like them both. I wonder. Oh, I'm confused now. I could go patterned with white or white with patterned. I'm going to do the rest of the card and we can make a decision. And the other bit I've done is I've cut that out. Now, the thing is, I've cut that out of a similar piece, so I've got the same colours on there. It probably would work with there if we did that. I'm a bit confused now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It'll come right in a minute. So I'm going to get my mini die cutting machine, and I've got a little scrap of that blue, and I've got some little flower dies. Just picked up some flower dies, and I'm going to pop those through here. I love this when you're not quite sure how your project's going to come together, and it just naturally evolves. I always think they're often the best ones. Often the best ones. So we can do that. And that's going to cut through there. Absolutely perfect. And then, pop that one out. There we go. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to get my mat. There's my mat. I'm going to turn them over, and I'm actually going to use the smallest ball tool that I can find, and I'm just going to shape on the back. Just drag it down to the middle, and I often find that once I've done that, I often then just go around and really, when they're this small, really work into that cardstock. Flip it over and then just turn it over like that. Now, somebody was saying they struggle making flowers and they like to use pre-bought ones. There is absolutely nothing wrong with using pre-bought flowers. I've also just used a foliage die to cut some white foliage, and I've cut some more of these, but I've just knocked them and I think I've nudged the centres, but I can see what I can rectify. Okay, so we're going to have to make a decision now about what we're going to do. So let's bring the card back in. I think I'm going to go with my original one. Oh, I don't know I like that blue, that's the problem. I like that blue. Let's see, where's my piece of Yupo gone? And see what I get from that. So we've had a complete change of heart. I was going to do it with the white with the blue on, and I've now just decided to do it this way round. I think that's going to look absolute. So yeah, a complete change of mind. I think I'm going to do white on top of the blue, and I've still got enough blue on there. So I've got to work out where I want to put these. So let's bring my card in, and so you can see the thought processes, things change. Let's put that sort of coming off there. I quite like that because it sort of hugs around there. I've got my happy birthday that can go round there, and then I've got my flowers. So I was thinking my flowers could come round the bottom just here. I need to be careful because I've smudged some. I should have left it and done the white centres once it was on the card, but we can sort that. I think I'm going to, if I bring that up that way, that'll work. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is, let's take these bits off first, and then I'm going to put a little, I need my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? There they are. I'm going to just do these by tweezer. Right. I'm going to put a little bit of 3D glue. You could be using 3D glue or hot glue, would work equally well. And then I'm just going to pop some foliage in, but like we say, white on white, so I've just thought I would do some nice white foliage just on there. That's catching on there, and then I've got another piece there if I wanted that one to go there. I can always take it out because it's 3D glue. I've got plenty of wiggle room, and then I can start building these up. So let's just get these ones on to begin with, and then I've got another one just there. I think I do need to extend this a little bit, so I can pull that one across there. Oops, and put some more 3D glue just here, and then we can pop. You'll see, it doesn't matter what sort of flowers I'm doing, I always try to overlap them. I try to make sure that they're all nicely, tightly packed together because I just prefer that. So we can put a little bit more glue on the back of there. And we can put that one on like that. Then we can get some of these smaller ones and then just sort of bring them around just to make a nice display just on here. So just adding that pop of colour, so we're just making that colour work through. And you see, just hugging that extra shape. I love that. Now it's a bit of a gap there. I think it's definitely showing a gap, isn't it? And that's what I love. You can just build these up, and like I say, it's 3D glue. Once you put the glue on, you have to put something in its place, but you can change them around. And then I've got this one, I've just dropped something in that. Let's make sure I pull that out. There we go, last one. Oh yeah, I like that just there. You never know where you're going to put these things till you've finished, do you? Put that on like that. Excellent. So last little bit to do to those. Unfortunately, like I say, I smudged a couple of these, but they're usually fixable. Oh, perfect. That lifted back off. So we can get rid of that. And then that one that smudged a bit, I can put a neat bit on the top, neat bit in there and in there. That one just needs a little bit more on its top. I just love the contrast of the blue flowers with the white centres. There you are, you never know, smudge those. And then I'm going to grab my happy birthday, my precision glue press. I've had a few more people message me saying that they'd got their precision glue press and were loving them. Made me smile. My hubby bought a new corking gun for doing some DIY bits, and he said, oh, it's so easy to use, it makes life so much easier. I said, oh, it's just like my precision glue press. It just makes life easier when you've got the right tools and you don't have to put lots of pressure on and do things like that. So yes, It's all about having the right tools, and you won't. I don't know anybody that's regretted getting one of those. So I'm going to pop that down in the corner, just like that. Really pretty. Again, just using all of those colours. And then I'm going to grab my butterfly. Now what we can do, we can give him a little bit of a fold. I could grab my, there we are, my score tool, and we could just give that a little bit curve. I'm going to do this a bit long-winded way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop, remember it's plastic, so it's not going to go exactly like paper would. So that would work there. Let's put a little bit of glue on the bottom of there. And that's going to go just on here. Then I'm going to get my white one and I'm going to do exactly the same, give it a nice little bit of shape. You can see just on here. And that's going to go on there. Nice little bit of glue down the centre. I love it when you've got plenty of nice glue spots. Just put my glue gun down in the right place. And then I can put that one on. Just give it a little press. Wow, this is a clean and simple card for me. It's not something that I normally do. Just hold that for 1 minute. This glue just takes a second longer to grab than tacky glue would. It's a different glue, but it works. It's the tonic glue. It's good glue, but it just takes a minute or two longer to grab. So let's just hold that like that. There we go. See, it's grabbed now. As long as I don't knock it off. I think that looks lovely, but one thing I just wanted to do was just finish it with, you know me, a couple of gems just to, you could put them, oh, let's just do a couple down his body. 1. They always look pretty on the body. 2. And then we can do a 3rd one. These are just gems left over from when I broke up my craft boxes. So because I've done those, I'm just going to grab a couple of the same pearls, and I'm just, oh, they're too big. So it is literally only going to be 2 because I've only got 2 left. So we can put 1 on there. And, oops, I picked it up and dropped it straight back down. And 1. Oh, I do need a 3rd one. Actually, I tell you what I will do. Instead of doing that, let's grab the white and do a couple of white ones as well. So I've got a couple of blue to tie in with a butterfly and a couple of white ones to tie in with the flower centres. There we go. That'll do perfectly. Only needed those extra couple. And there you are. Another thrifty card. Little bit of scrap blue on here. Everybody's got scrap white bits left over. Again, scrap white bit on here. A little bit of Yupo paper left over from another project. And there we go. A gorgeous, gorgeous card. Something a little bit quick, a little bit simple. I hope you like that. Yeah, and I'll give you lots of links down to the bottom. So thank you for watching that. I wanted to do something a bit simpler today. Like I say, after we've had quite a few elaborate cards, and I'm not promising there won't be a few more to follow. So thank you very much. Don't forget to click on the links down there. I'll try and link to as many things as I possibly can, including my Buy Me a Coffee page. So thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, happy crafting everyone. Please don't forget to share your makes, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.